Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another of the 30-minute missions, 30-minute sisters combo packs. So today we are going to be taking our 30-minute sister and figuring out which of these customized weapons from the customized weapons fantasy weapons will work for her. This is pack W15. I paid like $9 for this pack, which is about on par with what they expect you to pay. And this is, of course, by Bandai, and it's got a couple of cool looking weapons in there. I also have the option armor. And this is option 28 for the Cielnova exclusive, which is the arms and legs that are on her. So we're going to take some of these and see what it looks like when we put those on her. Or see if we can. And this one was actually only $6 compared to the weapons at $9 because there's not as much in there. So you can see there's only like 6 pieces in there that we're doing. So we're going to build this first just to see where we're at. Because it is easier. Right. As you can see, we've only got the one runner in there. We got a couple of stickers that we can use, or that we probably should use. It's the head piece. So we are going to check it out, and we're going to see. So we've got to take 1 and 2 out to build the head. Like that. And like this. We've got our 1 and 2 that go together like that to give this a sort of like a spear point head. And then we have our stickers. So 2, 1, 2, and 3. Which I'm going to use these little tweezers to put on, because it's a little easier to grip these with the tweezers. Again, these model stickers are really just the substitutes for paint. So if you are good with paint, it's one of those things that you could kind of avoid doing on a model is sticker work. But I don't love to do teeny tiny painting, so I actually prefer messing with small stickers. But okay. last one. I do wish that this was the same like purple transparent fabric, or not fabric, plastic that we got for the eyepiece in the Cielnova head. But not always the best case with things like that. Okay. And that looks about like what we would get with that. It's very cool. And then from here, we are going to get our option 7 and 8. And we're going to build 2 of those each. This is 7. We are going to put 7, 8, and 6 together. These are going to form the base of our shoulder, which is kind of cool. So like that, and then like this. So that's how that would go. And our other one that we're going to do. Okay. Going to take the other 6 off. I have a love-hate feeling with when it comes to model building, because I enjoy it, but at the same time, I've grown up so spoiled with having toys coming assembled that I don't know what to do with myself when it comes to like when it comes to these. So we need 3 and 4 now. Okay. All right. Just like this. And that's how we would get this on right there. And that's how one shoulder is gonna look. And then we're gonna build the other little high mobility shoulder. Like this. And then we're going to take off our little cannon that we get. It's a very cool little chest piece that goes on. over the thing, but not one that we're going to be taking with us into our 30-minute sister model. So that's all of the things that come off the runner. So that's everything we've got in this pack. So let me show you. Okay, so here is the shoulder that we get. Okay. And that's what it would look like going on. And we're going to take off this shoulder, and we're going to pop this off like this. And we're going to put this one on, just like that. Actually feels a little loose, but it's, maybe that's a little heavy for that one, I don't know. Because this arm doesn't seem to want to hold in there, and I'm not sure if that's the fault of the joint or what, because everything is connected correctly. So it could just be that it's a weird position. But that's okay. And her shield flew off over here, which I wanted to leave attached. And then let's take a look at our other one over here. So here is the chest piece that would come off. Just like that. And we would pop these cannons right there. And then we would put our high mobility thing right there on that one. And then we actually just pop this front face piece off. And we put our little cannon face on. And it becomes much more the stuff of nightmares. So, very cool. Again, we only took off the shoulder caps from our girl, and the face plate and the chest plate from the Cielnova. So it is kind of interesting to see all of these things. As you can see, the shoulder joints can be a little loose, but that's because they're designed to be removed. I did just take the shield off, it's fine. It'll stay there for a few minutes. But I actually don't love the way that looks on her just as it is. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take it off and put the other thing back on. Because that's how easy it is. It just goes like that. And just pops right back in. And we have these shoulder joints to use on whoever else we want to use. Because black is kind of the defining color that we get. And then here are the other leg pieces that we had from earlier. So more black to fill in with those. But I like the headpiece over here. I do want to keep the gray chest piece on, though, just because it ties well into the upper arms of the other thing. I think we could actually slip these on over those arms, but I don't know if it's the right ball joint, so I won't mess with that. And we're gonna put her shield back on. Now she's got some room. And yeah, and those are very cool pieces that we can add to our armors. Took me like 5 minutes to assemble that, if that. Hardest part was honestly putting the stickers on. So, I mean, these are how you would assemble everything. And it's very basic. It's very easy. It's literally just like change the way your mech looks with, you know, a couple of easy little add-ons. I am going to put those extra pieces back into my little baggie that I'm holding on to make sure that things don't go missing. Always a good thing to do, just like I'm going to take most of these weapons and put them back in the thing. So again, here is the weapon. This is called the Fantasy Weapon Pack. I like this because it's got a big warhammer, it's got a couple of swords, it's got some cool little, like, ball and chain. I think kunai is what that's called. But I cannot for the life of me always remember things. But we are going to check out what all is in store in these. These are a few more complicated things because it's got instructions for every weapon. As you can see, we've got two different runners. I'm going to scooch everybody back for a second. And this is G1 and G2. Yep. G1 and G2. And so these are the sword, gun, bayonet things. So very cool. But, and then we have our close combat weapons. There are two different options. You can do like a spear or the hammer. And there's also this one, which is I think the coolest one. So what we're going to do is we are going to assemble this one first because it's got the most kind of unique vibe to it. And it's the one that's printed in color. So you really only need like 5 parts, I think is what it is. So let's see. Is it anything on here? No, these are all G2. What am I doing? So 13. Okay. Okay. Okay, like this. And then we need 16. Just pops in like that. And then we push this one in. And this is more of like a wire, so you can actually pose this. So that's kind of cool. And then we need our little like claw hook thing, which is 18. And then 15 to connect it to the tubey thing. Okay. So we've got the tubey thing right here to slip onto the wire. And then I will show you guys how we would attach this. So this one is just held in with the tension, so it's just slipped through. So we just slip it back out. But with this one, because it is connected in a weird way, you have to remove the back of the hand like this, and then pop it into there. Okay. Just like that, yeah. And then she's got this cool kind of like kunai with chain kind of thing. And you would do like the same kind of thing to like hold it in her other hand if you wanted to fold it like that. But for now, I think that's okay. We're gonna let her just let it rock out here for a second. So that is the easy close combat weapon thing that we have assembled now. And we're going to do the rifles. Okay. This is 19 and 20 is what we need. Okay. So there's nothing really to this one, which is kind of fun. It just kind of goes on, and then it would slip into the hand like normal, just through there. And then from there, you can either attach the little like silencer thing, which we are going to assemble, which is 1 and 2. I'm not sure if this is a silencer or this is supposed to be like a magazine or holder or something. I'm not sure. It's an odd little piece. But anyway, we've got this that can hook into that to become like this. Or we can do the G1 3. Where are you? Oh, that's G2. G1 3 right here, which is just like a silencer and a scope, it looks like. That you would put on like this, or just another barrel. So that's an option. But I think we're gonna make it the kind of like cool big bad one. So for that we need G1 7, which is a longer stock for the rifle. So that's kind of cool. It just like clips on to that little hole right there. So not the most like balanced thing, but still pretty cool. And then we need the G6. Which is this little extended clip right there. And from there we need to grab 5, which is, I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be. It's some sort of fantasy weapon. Because it's not like a bayonet. But it does clip onto like these 3 little holes here up at the top. And then the bayonet down here is very cool because it just clips on to the little holes at the bottom. So that makes a very cool like fantasy weapon. And again, still it just slides into the hand, so we could use the other hands that we have anyway. Or we can use this alone as just a sword. But we have to remove the hand to slide that on. But that's a very cool weapon to have. So the only thing you don't use in that build is this piece, which, you know, it's kind of the way of the way of the world. And then there are 2 options. For this one, we have this cool like pentagram gear thing, which is, I think, pretty awesome. But first we need to cut out our staff, which I think is a very cool piece to have. Because so often when we get like mechs, there's no magic in the world whatsoever. And this just gives like very cool like Gandalf-y staff. So I think that's cool. G212. Okay. So we need to pick out this piece real fast. It's got like a little square hole, so this won't spin here on the top. And then we have the spear tip that we can cut out. Which is 11. And then we have our gear that we need to cut out, which is 17. Very cool, like magical looking gear. I like this. And your spear tip just kind of fits inside there. Now the first option that we have is just assembling it like that. So it's like a mecha, it's like a mecha magician. So that's kind of cool. But, and that does use up everything that's on this runner. So we're gonna put that away, or get rid of that, yeah. And then our only 2 pieces left are the hammer pieces. So we can take our hammer pieces off. It's hammer time, y'all. And we just literally like put these 2 together. Just like that, just like that. And bada boom, we've got like this very cool impact hammer. And we would take that, take this tip off. And we would slide this onto there. And then we can actually use the little magical circle for the back of the hammer. So I think this is really cool. Now, because this does have the big ends, we do have to take the hands off no matter what. But it's still a very cool hammer. And again, all of this stuff is pretty modular. So like we could take this sword and put it on the tip of the spear and make a really long spear sword thing. So that's cool. Or like, you know, we can just set it, we can stick it in this top hole and have a spear sword magic combo thing, and it's very weird, but you know, you can do it. Or you can do it off to the side kind of thing, or not on those holes, but still. But like, yeah, so I mean, these are very cool packs. I think they're worth it to kind of change up your ability to really make customized mechs, just because it's very cool. Like we can put this rifle piece on the other handgun thing that we got, and it's just a quick, simple short barrel for long barrel exchange kind of thing. So I mean, these are very cool concepts to have for all of these things. So a very interesting way to do weapons. Again, all of these just come like unpainted gray. There is like a magical weapons one that comes with the effects. So it's got like some transparent greens and purples, I think. But that's for another video. But yeah, this is very cool. And so we can do a lot with this. And we do have the holes that we could use for armor. Let's see how that would work. Hold on. Let's see if I can put one of these claws on there. I don't think I'd be able to, but you never know. No. Unfortunately not. Just right in the wrong spot. If I had something I could put through there, I could put them on one side or two sides like that. If I had like a peg that was the right size. And that would look pretty cool. But, you know, there's all the things that you could do, really. That's what I love about this system, is that it is so modular that it's just whatever you can think of and whatever ways you can make it work, it'll work. Like, we've got this shield that's the right size, so we could stick the shield on the side. Or the shield could go like there. Like, I mean, there's plenty of cool things that we can do that really make this kind of limitless. And again, anything that's got these holes, we can use. So, I mean, plenty of cool things that we could do with all this stuff. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings and reviews. I'm going to do another pair of these probably next weekend with another pair of option packs and things. So if you guys want to see that, stick around for the next part. All right, y'all. Be good.